Hey guys, welcome back. It is I, Sir Drinks a Lot. What's going on? How you doing? Well, you tuned in to a Lap It Up, the series of drinks and reviewing. Reviewing of drinks do I do? Yes. Do I reviewing of drinks? Yes. This is an adult beverage. I kind of like Bud Light Platinum. It's kind of I kind of like it. If I go out to get beer, and you can bitch at me all you want, that's fine. I realize that, but I saw this and I was like, I don't drink a lot lately when it comes to alcohol, so I thought, well, let's do this and see what we can see. For the entire container, 360 calories, 35 milligrams of sodium, where 10 grams are from carbs, and 6 of those are sugar. And, this is a wild berry. And yeah, that smells like a fruit drink. Huh. Blech. It's not bad. It's raspberry. I would have hoped it was a different type of berry, but this is triple filtered, contains alcohol, hard seltzer. Okay, that's it's not bad. Definitely, it's nice. I can enjoy that. I can get behind that in a non-sexual way. Oh, it has been interesting. Yeah, so far everything's been going pretty well. I was in a bit of a funk emotionally for a little bit. Ugh. Had some stuff come up. Some me being stupid, but also me thinking that I could progress, that I was going to be able to do something or express myself in a way that was going to be seen as, I don't know. I was trying to had setbacks, personal life. I found out something that was disappointing and acted a little petty in response. Kind of in response to what kind of felt like not an intrusion, a red flag. I did something and I didn't do it right. Imagine like a friend of yours asks you how you doing and you had a fight with somebody, so then you call and you leave a message. Say the automated voicemail thing is just to please leave your name after the message after the beep, and you leave a message after the beep. Unfortunately, the message that you left is not. You didn't call the right person. You called the person that you were. That's an example, and then that person then goes aha, and it's just like, oh, this is also after that person tells you that they're not interested in you. Can I get that? Make sense? Not exactly the same, but I want to make that like it's in the same vein to where it's you end up stumbling and doing something kind of stupid. Not necessarily forgivable, but trying to explain it would just make you look more sketchy when it wasn't meant to be sketchy. Um, yeah. Somebody asked me how I was doing. I told them how I was doing, and I mentioned somebody else in it, but I mentioned it to that person. I didn't say anything terrible, but I did say information that is not something I should tell to everybody, but I glossed over. But, anyway, I probably mentioned something about this. But, and so, upon finding out there was really no way, I felt there was really no way for me to try to explain myself, and it didn't matter. I napalmed the bridge. I just deleted everything and just blocked. There literally is no point. Let's stick to how you feel. Did I respond in a mature way? I responded worse. I had an ex break up with me over email. Yeah. I don't. If you're not interested, and I've put out the hand, friendship or relationship or whatever I'm offering you, and you tell me, or you make it feel like I'm a little sketchy, or I get the feeling that you think I'm being creepy, then I'm just like, you know what? I'm fine. That was not my intention. Thank you for telling me, and I'm peace out. But because there's no point. Not everybody needs to know everybody. Not everybody needs to be everybody's friend. Is it a little immature? Yes, but definitely a lot better than it could have been. Like, some people react to that stuff like just terribly. I just went, yep, delete, block. I don't have to explain myself. I don't want to explain myself. Obviously, by talking about it on here, obviously I do, but to an extent. But the thing is I try to find a topic. It's the only thing I could think of at the time was that normally I would probably be like, do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting somebody. I get the feeling as though I was bothering somebody, so I said, fine, bye, fuck it, I'm done. My hands are up. I'm not going to try to make anything better because it's not horrible, and with my big mouth, I'd probably just make it worse. So I have a lot more going on in my life. There's no point in trying to add more frustration, which is sad, but we all have situations like that, I feel. I do think that we could all be, I would want to think that we could all be a bit more forthcoming with each other, more talkative. Without getting angry or defensive. Like, we can actually talk to one another. And, the problem is there's so many people who are tired of being messed with or catfished or lied to that they just can't trust anybody. And I know how that feels. So put your hands up, But we can't lose the faith, you do. There are so many people out there that you're going to find people that you can be friends with, that you can be, in love with, that can, repeat those things to you. There's also people out there who are just not going to like you. And there are people who are going to like you, but they treat you with kid gloves. Ooh. And you have to decide where you want to be with those people. And you do not have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to be shitty to each other, though. You can just go, I'm done, and move on. You don't have to rake people through the mud, lie to them, be shitty to them, whatever. You could just go. And some people don't take no for an answer. Some people get really upset. Like if you, oh, especially nowadays when it comes to social media, people will like take your name and dox you and put your whole life on, blast. And it's just like, no point. You can generalize if you want to have a conversation on something. You can generalize. You can have a conversation in relation to what's going on without just taking somebody's major information and then just putting it out for everybody. And when you're talking with friends, people that you really trust, don't expect secrets. If you tell somebody something and and this is somebody that you're trying to get to know, and you make it seem kind of sketchy, that person's probably going to be like, hey, I don't quite get what's going on with this. What do you think? To somebody that they know and kind of trust. Yeah, there are no secrets. Just make sure that you talk to people who aren't going to be spreading your shit to everybody. Good thing to do when you're talking about with friends in general, anybody, because giving somebody, information, talking to them, the same thing as like telephone people when they call you and talk to you, and you're just like, oh yeah, well, I live at so and so, and my name's so and so. Like, you're just giving them information. Now, can they find a lot of information on their own? Yeah, they want to, but I don't know. Scary world out there. We just have to try to define our limits and say, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing that. So. It's okay. Like, it's not bad. It's just, I would do without the berry. That's basically it. Honestly, I say I give this a 2 and a 4. It's not great. It's not terrible. But probably wouldn't drink it again, But I saw the Bud Light Platinum. I saw it said Seltzer and Wild Berry, and I was like, you know what? Gotta give this a shot. So, anyway, that's what alcohol does. And, anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. As always, I'm Sir Drinks a Lot, and I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all down to the last drop. You guys take care. Be safe. And, stick by your guns. And if there are people in your life that you don't want to deal with, let them know so that they can decide what they need to do. And if somebody doesn't want to go, doesn't want to leave, and you want them to be gone, sorry. Hopefully they'll get the hint in the fact that you tell them. Don't make it, don't wait 3 or 4 months. Is that if there's something that bothers you, say something. Because we put ourselves into situations where we're either being douchebags and trying to get something from somebody else, or we're putting our hearts in the sleeves and just being massively honest. And either way, we're either having somebody take advantage of us, or we take advantage of somebody else. We need to be aware of that and just be better. But anyway, all right. Well, catch you next time.